All right, here we have an iPad. It's all cracked up. Let's get it fixed. So it's been cooking for a little bit. We're going to bring it over to our workstation. We're going to start in the side that doesn't have the cable. And we're going to pry up. As we're prying up, I'm going to try to stick my tool right at the tip of where I am prying. And I get it in. And we just slide it along the edge. What I'm going to do, though, to prevent this from making a connection back, is stick a pick in there. That'll prevent it from touching back down and resealing the part that I just pried off. That just cracked again, so I'm going to throw it back on the heater. Alright, so it's been sitting on the heater again for like a minute or so. Let's pop it back over and continue going at the along the edge of the screen. I'm trying not to go too deep because I don't want to hit the actual LCD screen. Grab another pick. Now this part up here is usually the worst. I would be surprised if this didn't crack on us. Twisting it like a key. And looks like I'm probably going to have to start a new section of the screen because it broke right here. Right here. See, I got under there and then that whole part of the screen lifted up. Let's see if I can wiggle this tiny piece out. Try to get it off in one big piece. No, but I am getting the adhesive out. So if I can pull that out. Oh yeah, let's go. Aha! So I was able to get the adhesive out, and now I'm going to just kind of peel that off of the inside of the screen. That'll make it so much easier to get into it. Oh. Wow. The adhesive didn't break. I got it around that corner. There's a bunch of shards of glass, so I'm trying not to prick myself too much, but let's try. Working our way at the adhesive again. Okay, it broke there. So now I have this one string, and I think I'm gonna heat it up again. We'll be back. All right, so let's continue our journey. Oh, look at how much easier that comes out. Just flies right off. Getting nice and toasty. Probably want to grab a new guitar pick. Not actually a guitar pick in this case, it's an iFixit opening pick, but I call them guitar picks because you can get a bunch of them all over the place, and they'll come in the kits if you get a kit to install the screen, that is. We got on the top, so we'll slide it along, slice the adhesive. Let's see if we can pull it out. I just realized you couldn't see that. I really hope it doesn't break, but with how much tension I'm putting on it, I wouldn't be surprised if it did. That's fine. Screen is still a little toasty, so let's see if we can get under it. Okay. Alright, I think we'll leave it there, about the halfway point. I'm going to put another one on the corner here to prevent it from sealing back down. And we're going to throw it back on the pad, heating pad. We'll be back. Alright, we'll take it off the pad and we'll get working on it right away. Flipping it over to the other side. We want to get the home button side this time. And actually I'm going to start with the metal tool. It's a little bit thinner, just to get at the start of it. Then I switch back to the plastic tool because the plastic tool is less likely to crack the glass. But I wouldn't be surprised if this cracked because I'm having quite a bit of trouble slicing through it. Oh, there we go. Hit the thinner piece where the home button is. I'm going to put another pick in the top there. Prevent it from grabbing back on. We'll continue to work our way down. I'm actually going to switch back to the metal. It should be a little bit better at slicing through the adhesive. Oh, found another crack. Glide right past it. Alright, now let's see if I can squeeze my pick in there. Yeah, widen that up a little bit. And oh, the end of the glass. So now let's go back to the other side, the top. Work our way down a little bit. Alright, we sliced all the way through. So now let's see if we can manage to, come on. Actually, let me go and grab something. I'll be right back. I could not find where I placed my heat gun at, so instead we're going to throw it back on the heat pad. Heat pad. Alright, let's see if with a little bit of heat, that's all that we needed. So, I'm going to try to open it up like a book. Looks like this corner here is going to give me a little bit of a trouble. So let's just give it a little bit of a poke in. All right, cracked. That's fine. All right, so we have our iPad open like a book. So now we have 4 screws, 1 in each corner of the screen. There's a little flap you might have to peel back. You do have to peel back in the top 2 corners. I don't have my tweezers handy. They're on the ground right now. But we'll undo screw number 1. Work the adhesive back a little bit. Tweezers are much more handy to use in this situation. Alright. You want to be careful not to scratch the screen and get as little glass shards on it as you can. We got 2. Third one's nice and exposed down here in the left corner. And then we have the right corner where we have some shattered glass. Fun stuff. So let's pick it back a little bit, being careful. I want to get as little shards on the LCD as I can. Taking away the little shards. You know what? I'm going to grab my tweezers. Alright, here I have my tweezers, so I can grab pieces of glass. Also, you don't want to get your oily fingers on the screen because those will be really hard to clean off. So, I'm making sure to peel in one direction away from the screen. I think I have it back far enough that I'm going to be able to get that screw out. Let's see. Yeah. So I get the screw out here. I'm going to use my tweezers to actually grab the screw. All right. Then we want to reach up at the top of the LCD here. You want to be careful along the right edge because a lot of times there's shattered glass. Lift it up slightly towards the top and then you can fold it forward. We have screw under the battery, holding the battery in. We'll undo that one. And then we will take a little bit of a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and we will place it around the battery connector. Give it a moment to do its thing. And we're taking the good old trusty guitar pick and we're just going to slide it in between the motherboard and the housing. This one isn't strong enough. The iFixit ones are much thicker. So wiggle that in like that. Push it in a little bit. Because that'll make sure that the battery here is separated from the board. Now if I hold the power button, it's not going to turn on because it's not making a battery connection. It's got no power. So with that being said, now we can undo the screws that cover up the LCD and the digitizer and the home button connectors. That's this panel down here. Alright, I'm just going to reach in and grab this plate out. A lot of times this plate will be connected to the LCD panel, which In this case it was, so I made sure to disconnect it all at once. So now I have the LCD separate, and I can set that over here where it will be safe, because I'll make sure not to touch it. And we can undo the home button cable, pull that out. We'll undo the digitizer cables. I don't know why the digitizer needs two cables, but whatever. And then at this point, this screen is completely disconnected, so we can just rip it off. You can transfer the home button if you want Touch ID, but I will not be doing that because we don't really need the Touch ID. So I'm just going to set that aside to be thrown away, and we're going to spend a bit of time cleaning the frame all around it. So this is my least favorite part. Let's see if we can just peel this adhesive off. Usually a little bit of isopropyl alcohol will help with the adhesive. Let's see if we can get that in there. Wait a little bit for the isopropyl alcohol to do its thing, and then I'm going to go at the top here and try to peel away at it. Alright, I got started, so I'm going to peel away with my finger. I'm just going to grab onto the piece of adhesive and pull. And it broke off. You also want to be extra careful not to get isopropyl alcohol on top of the LCD, because that will ruin it. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to use the new screen to cover the LCD. Extra safe. There. So right now I'm peeling at the back of the thread while using my tweezers to grab onto the front of it, peel away at the front of it. Look at that. Just want to go slow so the adhesive has time to let go of the metal. And we're getting to a piece of glass, so it's starting to cut the adhesive, I think. Maybe? No, maybe not. Tell you what, that's a pretty large piece of glass. I think I can get under it with this. Whoop. Never mind. So let's try grabbing onto the glass and pulling up on it piece by piece. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I grabbed onto the adhesive with my tweezers. So I have a new grabbing point. Look at that. So now we have all of the adhesive, like the actual strap adhesive, off. So now we get to go through and get rid of all of the leftover adhesive on the frame, which is not fun. So lay down some isopropyl alcohol around the frame. Oh, there's a little piece of a strap still on the bottom there. Plastic tool. This isn't working too well. But this is why this part is the most tedious part. This will also be where you get to see how dirty the iPad is. Actually, hold on, let me check something. I think I might have. Aha! I completely forgot that I have these, but I actually have some adhesive remover. These things feel absolutely disgusting on your fingers, but they work really good for removing the adhesive. So you give it a nice good rub down with the wipes, the adhesive remover wipes. Again, you could use just isopropyl alcohol, but it'll take a bit longer. Also, I'd also want to make sure not to get this on the camera. I don't know if it will damage it, but it's chemicals, so I'm just going to try not to do it if I can manage it. It's pretty simple not to do. Give it a bit of rubbing. I can see it coming off, like in chunks, as I'm wiping it with this stuff. It's crazy. I don't have a link for it or anything. I took it I took it from my old work quite a while ago. I've had it sitting. I forgot about it. But here we are. Oh, looks like a little piece of glass there. Alright. And now to give it another scraping with the pen. Actually, first I'm going to grab this piece of glass out. Now I'll give it a scraping with the plastic. Oh my gosh, look at how much easier that's coming off. It's just flying off. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Comes off so easily. Come on, get off my finger. Oh, listen here, you little shit. There. PDI. Can't tell if that's the brand or just the chemical, but it's fucking... It works great. And this scrape in here isn't to completely clean it off, but it will clean it off for the most part. We'll go over it again with another wipe, and it'll take off any leftover stuff. Look at that. Come on. Look at that. Damn. And of course it's sticking to the tip of the get off. There. Back to scraping. Another trick you can do is the adhesive will kind of cling to itself, so you can paste it over an area and scrape it up, and it'll grab onto the adhesive that's there. Now I just need to get it off of the metal. I'll take it back over here and work at it again. And we'll drop it off with our other glob of adhesive real quick. Get off. Get off of my pen. There. All right, back to scraping. Just glass shards all over the place. Years of working on it, and I'm used to the feeling. I don't really feel it in my hands. I'm gonna sweep the floor after this though. Oh yeah, I should probably peel this stuff off. Oh my gosh, that stuff's so sticky. That's what she said. I actually haven't seen this before. I separated the different leaflets of the antenna. The antenna has like different layers to it. But I think the PDI stuff is pretty much worn off. So let's try to wipe it again with the same piece, just to get that chemical on there and finish off the pieces that I didn't get a scrape, which is mainly just this, where the home button is, bottom of the iPad. All right. Let's give it another scrape real quick. Alright, so now that we've gone over the entire frame with our scraping, we're going to open up another PDI package and give it another wipe across the entire frame. I'm going to fold it up and we'll start at the bottom here. There's more glass on my desk. You love to see it. Now with this wipe, most of it should come off. If not all of it completely. need to let my hands rest a little bit. Ah. Fold it inside out, get more usage out of the same rag. It seems to be grabbed up pretty much everything. Oh, looks like there's some still here in the bottom right corner. Alright, we'll give it another over with the pencil. Make sure that everything's good and clean. Yep, see there's a little bit. A little bit. All right, now that we got that taken care of, we have to make sure that this corner here is good to receive the new screen, because it probably was bent out of shape because of the drop, the impact. So let's see, flip it over. Yeah, looks like it should be good. Don't have to bend it out of shape or anything. What I probably would have used though is a flathead. Yeah, big old flathead. Just use that as like a chisel to kind of bend it back into shape. Don't need to do that though. What I do need to do is go over this this frame with, where did I place my Q-tips? There they are. And some isopropyl alcohol. Make sure the adhesive remover is off of it. Alright. Actually, it didn't have any markings on it at all, which surprises me. So, now we gotta do everything in reverse. So, we'll put the screen in. Actually, we won't put the screen in. First, attach new screen. Oh, actually, before we do that, we're gonna prepare the new screen, which so we're going to do that by peeling back this layer of plastic and adhese the cables onto the new screen. Come on. There we go. So peel that off. Peel the screen up just a tiny bit. Just enough to get the cable in there. And we'll press the cable down into place. And I just realized you probably couldn't see any of that. Nice. And we're going to do the same thing for the cables on the side up here. Oh, actually looks like I don't even have to peel back any bit. Looks like it was already pre-adhesed and it came off already. So that's nice. So we'll press that back down into place. And we will connect those pieces. A nice little click. Connect the L1. Click. Fold up the little socket and slide the home button in. Latch that down. Then we can put the screen down into place. Again, having it a little bit offset. Of course, you can't see that. Having a little bit offset from the bottom, just like it was when we pulled it off of the frame. Snap that down into place. Grab the screwdriver. Dang it. Again, you want to be careful not to get oily fingers on the actual screen of the LCD because it will be a pain to clean off. I will show you a little trick for cleaning that off right before we seal it up though. Get ready to put this screw in. Alright, after we get the screw into place, peel the pry tool away. Screw that down into place. Then we want to make sure that the cable goes underneath the screen. Drop that down into place. We'll put those screws back in. Fold the black tab back. Grab another screw. Another one. And notice there are no fingerprints on the LCD. No oily residence remaining. Only a few small glass shards. So now we do that trick to clean off the LCD. That trick is actually really simple. We can rip off a piece here. Just some piece of tape. I have some packing tape here. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. Woo! That's some strong stuff. I'll just give it a good old dabbing treatment. Do the little dabs to get all the pieces off, and if you have any that are wanting to stick, you can hold it down for a little bit, let it grab on, and you can really peel off whatever piece it is that's giving you trouble. All right, then peel off this piece. Fold it over. I suppose we should test it before we actually seal it up. How about that? Turn it back on. I'll come back when it's all booted up. All right, so here we are. It says unable to activate Touch ID. That's expected because we did not transfer over the home button, but let's test out everything. So touch seems to be working. Okay, let's open up the camera. Woo, look at the way the camera works. Look at it's you. Test the microphone, 1, 2, 3. Go into there. Oh, wrong way. Also allows us to test the speakers. Press the home button. It works. Awesome. Everything works, so we just have to seal it back up completely. That means we fold this back over and we peel off the adhesive covering bits. If I can get at them. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Okay, let's try one of the other corners. Yeah, okay. Comes off right away. All right, we got another one. Let's try this top one again. Come on, what the heck? Okay, I got the corner. There we go. Just had to work it a little bit. Alright, and let's see if we can get the last one. This one's usually a bit of a pain because of the cables. See if I can start it with my fingernail. Usually I have better luck at starting these with my fingernail. Yeah, look at that. Alright, so pass that over to the other side. Where did it go? It attached right back. I also need to grab another piece of tape to make sure that it is all lean before I seal it shut. I don't need as big of one. I'm just going to attach that to my desk for now. Let's try this again. All right, so now we're completely sticker off. Make sure the screen is clean. And we will press it down into place. All right. And then throw it on the heat pad to activate the adhesive. Let it heat up for a little bit. Feel on the back of it to see if it feels warm at all, and it does not. All right, and we flip it over, press down on it again, just to make sure it's nice and pressed. If I had some clamps, I would clamp it, but in lieu, I just press. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's a new iPad right there. Let's throw it in the case. It was in the case when it dropped as well. So, yeah. Cases aren't everything. But yeah, it works. Fully functional, minus Touch ID. But I asked beforehand if she wanted Touch ID. They never used it. They didn't have it set up, so it doesn't matter to them. So we didn't bother with it. This case is a pain in the ass. Oh my God. There we go. All done. Goodbye.